In New York City, where brand name cigarettes already start at $10 a pack, smokes are about to get a lot more expensive. The state legislature, strapped for cash and nearly 3 months late with the budget, raised the taxes on a pack of cigarettes by $1.60.
New York City, already the highest tax city for cigarettes, has raised their prices of an additional $1.60 back in June of this year. Some popular brands, such as Marlboro and Newport, will reach close to 13 a pack. What's the justification behind these prices? How much was it?
Just one demographic that have been affected by the raised cigarette tax prices.
I know. Usually, no, friggin' cigarette prices have been going up.
Really?
Yeah, there's always new taxes.
How's it affected you though, man?
Well, it's usually like you know, when I get stressed out, I just up on my cig, but I can't afford it. I really can't. Like $10 a pack, I can't do that. I'm on a college budget.
It's really gotten that bad, man?
It's pretty bad. I mean, it's you know, it's like well, do I want to eat dinner tonight or do I want to smoke a cigarette? So it's like I can't smoke. And, you know, it's what I do for stress.
What do you do next? I mean, I know I don't want to say you smoked a lot, but you smoked a lot, so now you quit or you like cut down?
I'm trying to cut down. I mean, it's obviously tough. It's not something you can just like drop, but you know, just if I really need it, I'll get one. But you know, if it's like something I feel like I can kind of survive, I'll just try to take my mind off it. But it's tough. It's not easy.
I'm sorry to hear that, dude.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things. It's just annoying because like you know, cigarettes. It's obviously an addiction. I know that, but it's like I'm forced to not, you know, use them, and I need it. You know, I'm just trying to get through finals, and I can't.
Oh, I see.
You know, the prices are ridiculous. You know, they're basically telling me not to, but it's like I need it. So it's kind of, you know, it's this big.
It's more they're forcing you to quit than you wanting to quit yourself.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I know the dangers and stuff, but it's like it's something I've been doing for a while, so
it's your own choice at the end.
Yeah, it's my escape, and they're telling me I can't do it, so it's kind of a pain. But
sorry to hear that, dude.
It's all right. I'll survive. Only another week.
Hi, buddy. This is my friend Vicky,
Hello.
an avid smoker from Australia. So, Vicky,
Great way to describe me.
how long have you been smoking?
I've been smoking probably since I was about 16 years old, on and off.
Yikes.
Yes, a while, but sort of stopped the last couple of years. I mean, socially here and there, but yeah, since 16 really.
Okay, and how much do you smoke now?
Now not as much, basically it's more of a social thing, so when I'm out with friends or out somewhere really drinking, I'll have an occasional cigarette, but since I've actually been in America, I have taken up the habit once again, just because, you know, it's more of a social environment and so on, so yeah, I've been smoking here and there while I'm in America, but back in Australia.
You just recently had a raise in the price of cigarettes. Just back in June, they were raised by $1.60 here in New York City.
Yeah.
I mean, so how do you feel about the tax increase and how that affects you?
What I realised mainly is I was travelling a little bit around America, and I found that prices, or in particular in New York, the price of cigarettes are quite high.
It's highest in the country.
Yeah, substantially higher than actually all the other states. So I was in Washington, or heaps cheaper, so I was a little bit confused as to what the reasoning behind that was. So.
From the information gathered, we have learned that the cigarette tax's main purpose is to help reduce government debt and provide money to other programs. The perception among smokers is that they are being taxed for a completely legal act in order to provide money for unrelated programs. This agenda is hidden under the guise of getting people to quit smoking. Then you must question why this extra tax money is not being used primarily for anti-smoking programs. And what of people that do not want to stop smoking? Isn't this just a veiled attempt at trying to force them to stop by pricing them out of something that they want?
Another issue at hand in this situation is the intention of Mayor Michael Bloomberg. Since his election to office, he has tried to build a healthier New York. Besides the cigarette tax, Mayor Bloomberg has tried to tax high-calorie soda and made it so you cannot buy soda with food stamps. The problem is that he tends to force this healthy lifestyle on people rather than allowing them to do it by choice. This would seem to violate our human right to free choice. A commendable value can lose its significance if it is forced upon you. History shows us that people being forced to do something eventually develop a disdain for the authority that is forcing this upon them. We should not be forced or provoked to change a lifestyle choice that is completely legal, as it seems that the New York State government is forcing us to do here. This violates our enumerated rights and our natural right to free choice. One principle of Catholic social teaching is dignity of the human person. Responsible adults choose to smoke and have every right to do so. The government is merely trying to marginalize a minority. It seems as though the government is trying to decide what is best for its citizens, even after anti-smoking ads and increased warning labels. Another aspect of Catholic social teaching is community. These higher tax rates make it seem like smokers are either not a part of the community or a part whose desires are unworthy of protection by the government.
Hey, it's Matt. What's going on, dude?
Hey, what's up, man? What's going on?
Hey guys, what are you doing this weekend?
I'm heading down to DC actually. I'm gonna buy some cigarettes down there 'cause it's cheap.
Oh, wow. My friend's already done that, and I'm actually buying them off of him for $5 a pack.
Holy smokes, Joel, don't you know that's illegal?
What choices do I have?
It's really, we don't have options, man. It's really cheap and it's really expensive.
I can't pay these prices. I mean, really, my need is being forced.
We're being pushed in that direction more than anything.
That's very unfortunate, guys.
This is a perfect example of the poor and vulnerable feeling justified in breaking the law as a last resort because of what the government has enacted.
I'd like to ask, who has the power to change this situation?
I do.
I do.
I do.
And you do too.
So Ali, what are you doing?
I'm just taking a few moments out of my day to write a letter to our congressman about my disapproval for the cigarette tax.
I guess we're ordering in tonight. So Panit, what are you doing?
I'm just setting up a Facebook group about my disapproval of the cigarette tax.
Oh, how fantastic.
Another method to take in trying to change this policy is to take a more active approach in politics. The next time your representatives are up for election, do your homework, study the policies and beliefs of each candidate, and see which one supports your ideas more. Do not comply with the popular opinion. You can make a difference in what changes take place in society.
In my opinion, there is voter apathy among young voters. I believe this to be because politicians don't really appeal to young people. They really try to market themselves to older people because older people show up at the polls. And this creates a vicious cycle because politicians don't appeal to young people don't vote because politicians don't appeal to them, and it enforces itself. One way to break the cycle would be to actually register and to actually go out and vote and make our voices heard. Organizations such as Vote or Die and Rock the Vote are great because it really shows that young people do want to have more of a voice in the political system. And so if we do that, then we can actually have the policies that we want, and that way politicians will be forced to appeal to us. So, get out there and vote.
As has been discussed, the main justification that the government has used in increasing the state tax is to recover or recuperate some of the heavy debt that the state has incurred. One is forced to ask if there are other ways to solve this debt problem besides taxing the minority of cigarette smokers. Some actions that can follow are as follows. They can cut excessive spending of the state, a tightening of the budget, so to speak. They can decrease federal wages, which would definitely go a long way in decreasing some of the overhead that the government has. A very interesting possibility would be if they had not extended tax cuts for the rich. While President Obama continued to defend this, saying it is necessary to stimulate the economy, the truth is that taxing the wealthy a normal amount would significantly help in paying the debt that New York State government has incurred. We can also take steps in increasing the money coming into the city by promoting even more tourism. Let's show people how great New York is so that we have repeat visitors who are willing to spend money and stimulate our local economy. The government can also try to run government-sponsored programs more efficiently so that the same results are achieved in a more responsible manner. All these possibilities, even the possibility of using each in small segments, would help in solving the ongoing debt problem without chastising a minority of cigarette smokers.